Hola Cancers, it's Tarot by Tess with your 18 reading. So it looks like some of you aren't seeing maybe a lack of reunion and being caught in the cold. Somebody's just not very receptive to you at this time, okay? But that just happened to pop out. All right, so I want to do a modified Celtic cross. What's the current situation for Cancers? What's the current situation for Cancers? Okay, so I feel like, wow. We have the world reversed. Man, guys, okay. Okay. Queen of Swords. I feel like there's some kind of a lost opportunity. Wow. With the star reversed. Maybe you're reflecting on some mistakes to put some things in perspective, but I just see a lot of hopelessness. Then we have Temperance in reverse, so 3 major arcanas in your current situation. We have both the fireworks cards in reverse, so there's just not a lot of happiness or joy at this time. In fact, you may be just like feeling like everything's a two-edged sword. Like almost like you can't do anything right. Oh goodness. Okay. Let me think about this for a second. Because we got some major arcanas in reverse. You feel like you can't heal something. You can't come together. Like something's not done. You can't recover. And it seems like you're inviting it to come. You're trying to be very rational, but then the person inviting you is ready to chop off your head. Something of that nature. But there's something that's just not resolved. Now, some of you, this is about career, okay? Because I'm seeing you want to step up in your career, but there's a delay in that, or you just can't see it happening. Like you're trying to find different solutions and nothing's working. People aren't seeing you as special or talented. Just the truth isn't really being seen. Okay, so we got job and love in here too. There's something you can't reconcile, and then you want to take a step up in your career, but you're just not being noticed. Or you're just not actually stepping out and doing it for whatever reason. None of that sidestepping, Cancers. Okay, so what is crossing, Cancers, for the month of 18? What's crossing? And crossing doesn't have to be negative, okay? It just means what's coming up. It could be a challenge, or something that just crosses your path, or something that's an obstacle. It just depends. What's crossing, Cancers, for the month of 18? Oh, wow, that one flew. Or slid. Knight of Wands. Okay, so you have to move. Especially with the world in reverse. Maybe you don't want to move, but that may be something that you need to have here. Especially to be more independent. You may have to take a chance and be flirty if that's about love. You could be dealing with a commitment phobic person. So maybe you just have to keep things light. But I really feel like this is being determined to keep going. And I just feel like you're kind of on this long journey with the world here, and you have to move. This is a journey that isn't a quick fix. Most likely in love. And I'm seeing opportunities are going to come up for you in love and in work. They're coming. You don't have faith that they are, but they are. Why is this Knight of Wands here? Why is the Knight of Wands here as the crossing? Okay, cool. Well, we have the King of Cups. This could be you, another water sign. Queen of Pentacles could be you or an earth sign. I'm seeing to kind of be mellow. Listen to your intuition when it comes to these opportunities. It's a peak time for relationships. And I think there's an idea of weighing the pros and cons in both of these cards. It's the idea of being practical, being ambitious, being prosperous. And to put people and jobs through the test. Like really say, ask the right questions for jobs, put people through the test, make sure that they're what you think they are. Okay. All right, what is the root of the situation? The Ten of Swords. So some of you could have had some kind of a betrayal. Could be the ending, but maybe it's just not quite over yet. Because you're still dealing with it. So I get the idea of being disappointed that your plans aren't going the way you want them to. I'm sure we've all been there, so. But with the Queen of Swords here, this is either saying that you're a woman scorned or you scorned somebody. And somebody betrayed you as the root of the situation. Or you betrayed someone else. But Queen of Swords person here feels scorned in some way. And so there's no way to heal the situation, at least not yet. If you feel scorned, then this is saying you're having a hard time dealing. It doesn't have to be scorned, it could just be betrayed in some way. Oh wow, we also have the King of Swords, which is a partner to the Queen of Swords, near root. So he's definitely somebody who commits a crime. He's very manipulative and just not somebody you want to be around. It's actually somebody you're supposed to stay away from. I also get the idea of lying and somebody spreading rumors with some of these cards in here. So you might hear a rumor. I get somebody's vindictive or even jealous. Could be a Libra, Capricorn, Aquarius, a water sign, Sagittarius. So Sagittarius or any of those other signs feel scorned. What's in the recent past for Cancers in regards to this situation? What's in the recent past? Oop. I think that's so funny. You had 3 court cards for your obstacle. So you have a lot of people against you. Fire sign, a water sign, and an earth sign. Oh, that makes sense because we have Aquarius, which is air, but we have Temperance, which is fire. And then, yeah, I guess that's really it. But water, fire, earth, that could all be something here. Okay. Put all these back, the one that showed. All right, so in the past, this is the Emperor. So it could be somebody like a boss, for instance, that you're dealing with, or somebody who has control issues. This says maybe you had to put aside some kind of personal opinion in order to see something happen. And you started putting your affairs in order to get ready for, I'm not sure what, but get ready for something. Maybe it's controlling your tongue or trying to control a situation. Like, I feel like it's controlling yourself. You can't really control how you're seen right now, how somebody's viewing you, because somebody else is kind of tainting the view. Okay, let's see why this is here. Could be dealing with an Aries. Knight of Cups in reverse. Okay. So having bad luck on dates, people aren't having really serious thoughts about you, feeling like you don't have an accomplishment at this job, like other people aren't accepting you, so you can't accept yourself, and just a lack of new opportunities. Okay. So what's crowning the situation for Cancers? This can be an alternative outcome, an overarching theme, or it could be advice. What's crowning Cancers in regards to the situation? Okay, so some of you it's about love. That's also a choice that you have to make. Could be dealing with a Gemini, especially with the Queen of Swords here. So we do have air signs in here. Could be dealing with a Gemini. But you do have a decision to make. It's like you can't get a love connection going. Somebody won't reveal their feelings. I'm seeing you have 2 paths, but you can't really quite move on from something else. But you're going to overcome your trials, whatever they are. Let's see why the Lovers is here. Ooh, now we have the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. Okay, those are two nice cards to have. So you're going to have a change in love. You're going to have a change from making a choice, and it's going to be a choice that makes your life completely different. Wow. There's somebody you're not able to forget, and you might have some kind of a connection with them. So if you're single, it's only for a little while. It looks like you're probably going to meet someone. All that not being seen, not being talented, it's like Fortune steps in and says, put you in the spotlight pretty much. So you're going to be seen when it comes to love. You're going to be seen when it comes to work. I'm seeing a chance meeting with a soulmate. So if you already know your soulmate, you might accidentally run into them, or you can meet somebody that you've never met before, and they're your soulmate. It's like being put in the spotlight. So that could be like love at first sight, but it could also be people seeing you for who you are. I'm also seeing that your relationship with an authority figure, like a boss, will change. I'm also seeing that any harm that was supposed to come will be prevented. So this, person who's preventing you from being seen or spreading rumors, they're not going to be able to harm you in some way. Whatever they were planning, it's not going to come to fruition. All right, what's the outcome? Hold on. What's the outcome for Cancers for the next 3 months? What's the outcome for Cancers for the next 3 months? Okay. The Magician, being fucking fabulous and competent at your job. Yeah. But also with the Lovers in here and the Wheel of Fortune, it does talk about meeting the one. Okay. So you're not going to be single very long if you're single. People are going to realize your potential. You're going to be seen as focused. And you're basically going to be the fucking master. Okay. Transfer your skills to a new job. Going to have a good love life. You're going to be charming. Very persuasive, especially if you're going to an interview. Some of you could be getting jobs as counselors or interpreters because have really good communication here. I'm seeing infinite possibilities, being able to use your skills and talents if you haven't been able to. You're going to be seen as innovative. And whatever work you have to do right now is going to be able to transform into more play, something you enjoy that doesn't take very much effort. You're going in the right direction in the next 3 months. In the next 3 months, be confident, be creative. Everything's going to manifest for you. You might make something or produce something that's valuable outside of yourself, but you have to give it to God. Okay, what's coming up for Cancers in the next 6 months? Wow, like basically having some shitty times now, but they're going to turn out great. All right, so in the next 6 months, you are letting go of a terrible, terrible relationship or community, because this can be a community like work, could even be like a religious community, but you're going to be able to let go of it. You're not going to let rejection hold you back. And look how emotionally balanced you're going to be. That's awesome. I do see somebody possibly moving, because we have like leaving a home, we have being outside of the city, but maybe in reverse. So you could be in a city, or who knows, maybe you are like out in a little bit outside of a city. And when I take notes in a journal, I always put 4 of Pentacles and of Cups together. That's very strange, I know, but I always put 4 Pentacles and of Cups. So it's kind of funny that they all came out together. And I'm seeing that with the Wheel of Fortune here, anything that's pure chaos where you're not seeing eye to eye with somebody, just pretty much I'm seeing you can deal with this chaos with this person or this situation by being resolute. Okay. So we have unstable chaos and like dealing with it by being resolute about something, being yourself. And no longer like being loyal to this place. I'm seeing you being loyal to yourself. It doesn't have to be a place. It could be a marriage too. I want one more card to clarify that. Ooh. Justice. So some of you are getting divorced. But it's like getting justice. It's getting to leave a situation that's not good for you. Maybe you have to accept responsibility for something, and whatever happens, everything's going to work out great. Whatever's meant to happen will happen. Now, having more weighing the pros and cons. So you're going to see what you want. Yeah, that's all I really have. Now, be careful with the magician here that somebody doesn't like try to trick you or mislead you into making a certain decision. Okay. But if they do, I'm seeing karma's going to bite them. So the world's here in reverse. So if they're doing great, or you're doing great, you get karma. But if they're doing something wrong, that they're going to get it. I think you're also going to have an equal partnership, somebody you see eye to eye with. And there could even be a financial windfall within 6 months. But somebody might mislead you into making a wrong decision. So just be careful whom you listen to. I also feel like there's this idea of property and new employment. However that applies to you. Because we have the King and Queen of Swords, there are these ideas of lawyers or legal ideas. So that could even be just signing a contract in general, whether it's for housing or love. I don't see anybody getting married, but I could see divorces. Okay. Right, let's just get a spread to see what's going on with the Cancers. Okay, so we have the Ace of Cups. Okay. And clarify, or going with it, the Hierophant reversed. So you may get an offer and leave a situation. Again, it could be job, could be school, or marriage. But we do have the education card with teach here. So some of you are leaving a school or an educational facility, and maybe a government facility, or just something that was ordained by the law, like a marriage. And it's like something new came in, and so you left. Could be dealing with a Taurus. Ooh, my bad. Okay, so we have Ace of Wands in reverse. Okay. So breaking a connection with a partner, and then having potential, but it's not being realized. Okay. So there's something you're not quite able to make happen yet. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Now we had this upright, but you have two aces in reverse. Makes me wonder if there's like a delay. I'm also having like a marriage that's not very happy, or a situation that's not very happy ending. And again, I'm seeing no connection to partner. So like no connection to partner over, we have it 3 times. Okay. Then we have 9 of Wands in reverse. This is saying something is unsalvageable because somebody is being very stubborn, and so you're just wasting your energy to fight for this. But you may keep fighting because you feel like you have nothing left to lose. I'm also getting unorthodox views, and we definitely have that with the Hierophant reversed. So there's something out of the ordinary that you believe. Maybe it's a delusion about a relationship with the Ace of Cups here. Or maybe you're believing you might reconcile with someone from your past. I feel like there's also repressed emotions around here somewhere. Five of Wands. Okay. There's some uncomfortable emotions. And I'm seeing you're just going to have to kind of tough it out, whatever it is. Could be at work. Could be wanting to be seen or recognized. I feel like there is a breakup or there was one. Somebody's not really getting along with their partner. You seem to be diligent in whatever it is you do, especially when it comes to communication. Okay, now we have the Death card, our next major arcana. So you could be dealing with a Taurus and a Scorpio. But I'm seeing the conflict will end with the Five of Wands and then followed by death. So we have conflict, not. So conflict ended. So I do feel like somebody's no longer going to be wary of an enemy. But this is a good thing because it means closing the chapter on this, leaving the past situation behind. If there was some kind of depression, I feel like once this conflict is ended, you'll start to feel better. Because all you're really wanting is to feel better. Like, I don't care if this is the outcome or that's the outcome. I just want to feel better. And I'm seeing that, there's potential. It just hasn't been realized yet. Ooh, Three of Wands. You need to take action on this. You have a lot of wands in your reading. So it's saying to look at the big picture, consider any opportunities that come up, and be prepared. Use your foresight. See what might come up. Try to get ready. I'm seeing expanding in business, possible studying, but embrace any changes that come. But you might end up with more responsibilities, but it's good to embrace the changes that come up. But I think you're going to bond with someone with the Three of Wands next to death. You're going to bond with somebody. The conflict's going to be over. So it's like you can't salvage the past, but you could have like a whole new beginning. And you're going to bond. The conflict's going to be over. It's like you have no connection, give up, and then it's like, bam, the conflict's over. Like your whole future is out there for you with the Three of Wands. Because normally somebody's holding the world in their hands. Wow, okay. The bottom of the deck, Seven of Swords. This is an education card. It says seek the truth. So you may have some restlessness about you regarding the situation. You might be going for something you're wishing, so you're attempting something. And seem to have hope and have confidence. Even if you're kind of fighting with someone, or you have fought with someone, and your plans have failed before, they might fail again. Give me more education. So your plans might be failing in regards to an endeavor, but to keep going, look at the big picture. And again, you might have to prove yourself in some way. But I really encourage you to have a plan B in case whatever you're planning doesn't work out. Okay? Okay, so let's get some advice for you. Because you want to have a plan B. Okay. What advice is there for Cancers for the month of May 2018? What advice is there for Cancers for the month of 18? Okay, so Seven of Cups is choose wisely. You're not really sure what the best choice is. You need to narrow down your options. Again, I'm seeing potential and, being very attractive, attracting people, being very charming again. Turn on the charm and that attracts success. So I feel like you should be charming. You're also going to make progress when it comes to work, but you have to really focus your efforts because you have a lot on your plate. You're going to have more options and you're not going to settle, but you should be seeking more, okay? And stay positive. Okay, it's followed by Chariot Reverse, which is not a very good card to have, okay? So this means You have to write your emotions, get them balanced to put the situation back in your favor. It looks like you just have a little bit of everything. You have to choose wisely. Okay, so choose what you do and say, how you feel. Pick which emotions you're going to dwell on, because it can keep you spinning your wheels and not going further. I'm seeing lots of changing, like changing too often, or giving up quickly. Maybe you try a lot of approaches, or whatever approach you're trying, maybe you should try something different. Overall, I see a lack of a direction. And so there's definite delays here in going where you want to go. Could be delays in success, delays in graduations. I'm also seeing if you want to obtain your dreams, oh yeah, this is what, you can't overindulge. So money, food, emotions, can't overindulge. That's your advice. To get your dreams, you have to be moderate. You cannot be out of control. You have to take every emotion or thought under your power. And I'm seeing that you kind of like step in it in some way. And if that happens, like, you're just going to come up with something really, really quick and it's going to save you. So that's good. But you could be offered a promotion. So, but if something's wrong, you might come up with a quick something or another and it saves you. It could be an idea, or excuse, whatever it might be. Okay, I feel like there's something I haven't gotten to you guys. Let's see. What messages are there for Cancers for the month of May? Let's see what the Angel Answers deck has to say. What messages are there for Cancers for the month of May? Meditation brings answers. So I feel like you're supposed to hesitate before you talk. Okay. Wow. Okay. Unlikely. Is the universe saying that's unlikely to happen? That you're just too impulsive? Let's see. But I do have, like, we've had failed plans and whatnot and delays. Again, have a plan B. Yes. Yeah. So, one, do watch what you say, but also have a plan B. Plan B might be what works out. But romance is in your future, okay? So you're saying yes to romance, even if it may seem unlikely. Yeah, I'm seeing choose a different direction. Wow. So whatever you were wanting is unlikely to happen. And so it's saying to say yes to something else. Choose a new direction. Choose a new approach. But again, you can't overindulge in something in order to have everything work in your favor. Okay, so sometime within a year from now. That doesn't mean 1 year. It just means sometime between now and a year. So it could be 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 7 months, and 9 days. It could be any time from now and a year. Okay? Oops. All right, Cancers, good luck. Happy